Give me some juice.
Hello, everyone, and
welcome to another thrilling episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
What are we doing today? What are we doing?
I guess we're taking it back to, like, we did that episode a few weeks ago where we did it was just us, right? Like, we did it as like a throwback.
It was nice.
Let's take it back to
4th of July and AI. Yeah, it was really, really enjoyable.
And then, like, kind of along the same lines, AI came out with this new thing called Notebook, and we were like exploring like how you can load in sources and do like deep dives, and we were like, what if we went back to just like just us, but like maybe some topic based episodes?
Agreed, brother. One of my favorite things is just how we started the podcast is like bettering yourself every day.
Yeah, but not only that, like hearing about so today's topic, for instance, right? Nikola Tesla.
Is it Nikolai or Nikola? I think it's just
Nikola Tesla, but everybody, I don't know. Right? Nikola Tesla. So then, like, the only reason, like, this came up is because I watched that movie, The Prestige, that I told you about a while back, of these two magicians, and they're going back and forth, right? But then, in it, have you watched it yet?
No. It sounds fucking sick, though.
But in it, there's Nikola Tesla's in like the movie or whatever, and it's got like he's in there as a part of like the story, and I was like,
yeah, not the real
right. So
Nikola
then I started
Tesla.
going off on like a side tangent of like trying to learn more about Tesla.
Okay, and now here we are today.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Nikola or Nikolai Tesla, born 1856, died January 1943.
And he was born in Croatia, so like basically one of those Russian annexes.
The Serbs, which is strange.
USSR annexes, not Russia.
Yeah, because it's weird that he wound up being like kind of like nerdy and into science and stuff the way that he was, because like typically the Serbs, they're just like a fighting... people.
Tankers.
They just kill people really well and efficiently, and for him to just be like a science guy, which that's pretty sick, dude. You know what I mean? So,
well, they were saying too. So, like when I was looking it up, that like at a young age, he was known for being able to do like crazy math in his head. Like they were like he was going to like say by the, like we were doing like physics or something,
yeah,
and they would like have a question, he'd do the entire equation, like the 3-page problem in his head, and then give them the answer.
Wild.
And they're like, there's no way.
Have you taken physics ever?
Yeah,
it's rough.
Yeah, but then like they were also saying that like, if he were to come up with a design in his head, right? So say like he was gonna come up with like I mean, he eventually comes up with the Tesla Coil, but like, say he comes up with these things in his head, and then he like builds them in his head, and he runs these like trials on them, and then he like in his head he comes back like 6 hours later, and he's like, oh yeah, like I could see how this like wheel would like cause this other wheel to tear down over time. Let's replace it with something.
It's wild to have that amount of like mental, like not real proprioception. Like he can just like close his eyes and see a complex piece of machinery from like start to finish, like how the cogs turn and where the wiring is and what wiring does what. And like,
right, it's like Tony Stark designing with Jarvis and exploding everything out and like going in, but in his head.
Are we allowed to Google things during these episodes?
Yeah.
Can you Google? Was Tony Stark's based on Nikola Tesla? Because they have an odd amount of similarities. Because literally, like you just said, Tony Stark, that character in the comic books is a lot like that. Like he just had it. Like he could fabricate things and see them. So here, AI overview. I don't know. Is that what I should read? Yeah, that's what. Okay. So the inspiration for Tony Stark character in the Marvel Universe has been a blend of real world figures and the creativity of multiple individuals. The individuals are Howard Hughes, Elon Musk. It is worth noting that while some sources highlight similarities between Tony Stark and Nikola Tesla's genius and work in technology, Tesla was not a direct inspiration cited by the creators.
So, but like
Howard Hughes was
Right.
the primary driver for the creation of Tony Stark. So I don't know who Howard Hughes is, but shout out to that guy. Damn, but that's funny you say that because I kind of low-key always thought that Tony Stark's was a character built off of Tesla.
Right. But basically, so Tesla goes to like college. Well, I guess we would need to rewind. When Tesla was like,
When did he come to America? Can we start there?
No. You gotta
No?
get a little bit of backstory before he comes to America.
Backstory is he's Serbian.
Well, he had an older brother, and his older brother died in a horse riding incident where like he fell off the horse and the horse trampled him, like right in front of him when he was a kid. Oh. And his brother was like an exceptional student, like A+ student,
Probably smarter
like,
than
yeah,
him.
Yeah, like crazy smart. So then, like Tesla grows up, all this stuff, and then like when he goes to college, he like starts like he's like, oh, I'm smart.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna gamble against these other people because I'm smart. Tesla had a huge,
I can count cards.
Dude, Tesla had a huge gambling addiction.
Did he really?
Yeah, and like he like gambled away all his school money. And then
Nice.
he comes home and he's like, Mom,
I'm poor.
I'm out of ramen. You know what I like what was it during the like potato famine or some shit? Like,
yeah.
Ma, I'm out of potatoes, you know, like
I'm going to soup kitchens.
yeah, this is Russia. Like I don't even have any vodka. Like I don't even have potatoes and I have no vodka, Mom.
Yeah, you need one to have the
You
other.
know? And I'm trying to go to college and I need potatoes and vodka. And so his mom gives him like this little bit of money that like she can scrounge up. And he gambles it away.
If he's so goddamn smart, you know what I mean?
He was on a heater, dog.
Yeah,
He was up.
You never walk away from a heater.
Right. So then he's kind of like ashamed to go home because like that was like his mom's little bit of money and everything like that. You
Is
know?
this how he winds up in America?
So he starts working for Edison Company, who Thomas Edison had founded, but it had like made its way over to Europe, where Tesla was going to university and everything like that.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Thomas Edison was kind of a cunt,
So
if I remember right.
Like,
But he goes to work for Edison.
Yeah, so he goes to work for Edison, and then Edison over here in like Europe is like, yo, we got this dude that's like crushing
Bussing.
it.
Yeah,
You know
he's
what I mean?
bussing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Thomas Edison was like, let's get him to the States.
Yeah, get him
You
over
know,
here, Daddy.
so he came to the States in
Was
June
Thomas
of
Edison
1884.
alive in 1884?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wasn't Thomas Edison also part of like the 1776 revolution, dude?
I don't know, my guy.
Well,
Thomas
let's-
Edison's company, which
Was
was
he
the Thomas
alive?
Edison Electric 1931. So
God damn, that dude was 213 years old when he died.
and
Jesus
Tesla
Christ.
came in 1884. So yeah.
I thought Thomas Edison was like around for the creation of the United States. I guess I
No,
was
Thomas
sadly-
Edison would have been like in his 40s around this time.
Okay, sick, dude. Nice. So, anyways, he goes to work for Edison. Edison
Right.
finds out we got this whiz kid
So then you were like, well, you thought Ben Franklin
had beef,
with Tesla.
and then we found out Benjamin Franklin was long dead.
Yeah, long dead before Tesla. But
Okay.
Thomas Edison
Fair enough.
and Tesla had beef, mainly because they differed in power, like the way power was delivered to people. So like,
two
like AC
homes.
versus DC currency.
Yeah.
Or yeah, current.
It's direct current and alternating current,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So like direct current, basically everything we have now runs on AC.
Yes, alternating current.
Yeah, and it's way cheaper and safer to push power longer. Basically, with DC, like your power would go one way,
Yeah.
and like it took a lot to like force it.
Also,
that way.
fun note, just because I've worked around heavy electric in previous jobs, like when I was in college, just a fun note about AC versus DC. The reason why alternating current is so much more dangerous than direct current is because direct current is a certain amount of amperage constantly flowing to that, let's say, an outlet. And then you can plug something in and it'll work, but it's a constant flow. Alternating current is more dangerous because it shoots the same amount of amperage, but then shuts it off, and then shoots the same amount of amperage and shuts it off. So like when you get shocked by AC, it like vibrates you, and that's why you can't let go. With DC,
normally you're supposed to, like, if it's a possible live wire, you're supposed to touch it with the back of your hand. Because that instinct, because then you can't close on the wire.
Yeah, alternating current is what makes you close.
Right.
Yeah, whereas DC will just blow your fucking hand off.
But like, so then Edison goes on this crazy campaign of like
anti-Tesla.
No, anti-AC current.
Oh, here we go. I like this.
Edison helps invent the
Edison bulb, the light bulb.
Not only the light bulb, Edison helped invent the electric chair.
I think he had a hand in Bell Phone Company as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, but like
he had a hand
in like basically he was trying to show the public, like you were talking about, like AC current is dangerous.
Yeah, it is, but it's more efficient.
Right, and if you're gonna light in New York City, where they're at with power,
you want efficiency.
Right.
Yeah.
But like he was literally like just parading cows through the town and then like electrocuting them with AC current at the end. Like,
are you shitting me?
Edison flew in an elephant and executed an elephant with AC current. Edison kills.
Where was fucking PETA in 1880? Fucking
he made a movie out of it. It's a documentary horror film called Electrocuting an Elephant.
Jesus.
Black and white, silent, actually shot, how do you say that? Depicting the killing of an elephant by electrocution at an amusement park.
And his name was Topsy?
Look, that's produced by Edison Film Company.
Topsy is such a cute name. Why would you fucking do this? Where the fuck was PETA, dude? Where was PETA at to be like, maybe don't kill that elephant
right
in
Isn't
the
that crazy?
Fucking street.
Isn't that crazy? So then, like, while they're having this beef, right? I guess like there's a little prelude that I missed out on in this little trek here.
Prelude or pre.
So like right before Edison starts parading elephants to their execution in the streets of New York City, right?
Starting an elephant holocaust.
They have their falling out, and J.P. Morgan actually backs Edison, or not backs Edison, backs Tesla.
And that was the game changer.
And that's so Tesla's making AC current, and JP Morgan's like, hey, like let's do this electrical, whatever, right?
And JP Morgan being one of the primary financial powerhouses in America.
Edison goes on this tour of like, let's try to paint AC bad, DC good.
Let's start schwacking elephants in the streets.
Right. And then like on top of that, like let's invent an electric chair, because even killing an elephant's not enough. You know, we got to kill people. And do it effectively and efficiently.
But also, isn't it low-key like an argument against Edison that he's out here like showing people how gnarly and how efficient this power is?
Right.
It's like, dude, maybe you should have like found a way to promote DC and not demote
like
AC.
What did they do with this elephant body afterwards? Like, are you frying it up? Like, are you eating it? You have to, right?
Yeah,
is there a
you have
good
to
like Oriental?
Yeah, like a Nim Young soup.
Right. Is this why we went to Vietnam? Okay, moving on.
Yeah, that's dark.
So then basically they have this whole AC versus DC power, and then the World Fair comes to like
Chicago?
New York or Chicago. One of the two, right?
Was it?
One of the two, but there's like a big bid war going on between Edison Company and this Tesla company.
It was Chicago in the 1800s. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, World Fair was 1800s
so then
in Chicago.
Edison made his bid. The Tesla company made their bid. Tesla company won, and they lit up this entire fair with AC current. And then from then on, basically, AC took the...
And Edison had to perpetually suck Tesla's dick.
Yeah, and this elephant died for no reason.
Damn it, Topsy.
This was the Harambe of the 1900s.
Yeah, of the late 1800s, early 1900s. Yeah.
So then, on top of that, right? Mm-hmm. Tesla has all these other crazy designs. Like,
well, we go back to how we first started. So how we started the show, and we started talking about how like Edison, Tesla had this crazy brain that he could he was so good at math and mechanics he could see a machine just to fruition in his brain before anything is ever pieced together. So then, he goes on this terror of just...
Well, so, he invents this just new range of stuff. So, Tesla, they say he invented the X-ray before the X-ray was invented. Because he took this photo of his own foot that was basically an X-ray, but he called it something else, and it was, a slightly different process.
Ooh.
But basically, he did,
the groundwork.
The very first, one ever. But then... he also was one of the first people to do remote-controlled stuff. So he made a remote-controlled boat, RC frequencies.
Yeah.
Because Tesla was the first person to crack frequencies. So J.P. Morgan and some other company, they're doing a competition to see who can broadcast a signal from the United States to Europe.
Tower to tower. Yeah.
And they're in this competition. And J.P. Morgan starts pumping money into Tesla to design this and get it going. Tesla's like, I got you.
And he's just building remote control boats instead.
He's doing building remote control boats. And then he builds have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen the Wardenclyffe Tower? Have you seen this?
Yeah. Could you imagine? Hold on. Imagine that you work for J.P. Morgan. You're a fucking billionaire in the 1800s, and you're like, hey man, have you figured out how to send a radio tower message from America to England yet? And he's like, listen, guys, we're getting real close. But I made this sick ass fucking RC boat.
Speedboat.
Could you fucking imagine the look on J.P. Morgan's face, dude?
This is even
JP.
funnier if he had an Alex Jones style voice, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Tesla. I'll have to look up on a separate tab here. What did Tesla sound like?
Did he ever get audio recorded? He had to have if he died in the 30s. Isn't that what we said? He made it to the 30s? Just do Tesla audio recording. Nikola Tesla sound like. What did he sound like? There are no known recordings of Nikola Tesla's actual voice. That's a real bummer.
So sad. There's a clip that claims it.
Well, when video and audio recording was just getting popular, in the early 1900s, I think that was about the time that he fell in love with that pigeon, which we'll get to before the show's over. Don't let me forget. I want to bring that up.
Anyways, then he's like, yo. So they build this
We're back to the tower thing.
JP's like, yo, come on, let's get it. Let's get it going.
Fuck your RC boat. It's dope, but also
right.
back to what we were fucking doing.
So Tesla buys this land in Long Island, right? And he starts building this giant tower looking thing.
Yeah, what? Zoom back in. Golly, I can't even say that. The
Wardenclyffe Tower.
Wardenclyffe Tower. Yes.
Right, but this is about the same time where his side project of Tesla Coil starts taking off.
And my God, what a mess that was. Jeez. I mean, sick. Super sick.
And he's putting on these light shows where he's got these two Tesla coils that are basically zapping lightning above people's heads in a room full of people.
Yeah. And not worried about anyone's well-being.
Right. Hey, are you wearing rubber shoes? Hey, you take all your keys out of your pocket. You know what I mean? Those massive brass keys you had back in the day.
You also have to wear a rubber swimming cap to attend this event.
Also think about all the radiation levels that those people just got fucking. You ever sat in a microwave for a 45-minute experience with no AC, just AC current?
Everybody has skin cancer now.
Hey, you have AC? Yeah, I got AC current. You go back in time. Can you imagine going in a time machine, which some people think Tesla did make? But could you imagine going back in time and being like, yo, you guys don't have AC? And they're like, no, Nikola Tesla, just AC current. Yeah, they just let the world fit. And you're like, no.
No, but for real though, do you cold air? Do you guys have conditioned air?
Oh, we got this bike rigged up to these fucking fans.
Then Tesla comes in and he's like, no, but look at my super sick towers.
Dude, I went on there's people that make these this is a homemade Tesla coil, in their fucking dorm room.
Yeah.
But people are taking these, they mentioned it in one of these articles that I clicked out of here, that he made these beads. They're glass tubes, almost like a light bulb, but not a light bulb. And you can touch it to the Tesla coil and it that energy is in there and it makes a cool little design.
Whoa, I've never seen that. I have seen the coils with the glass bulb over it. You can touch it and then it will the lightning comes to your hand. Those are pretty sick. But yeah, I think it's safe to say, how deep are we right now? We're 20 minutes deep, and I think that it's safe to say that Nikola Tesla is actually a fucking sociopath. What do you think?
I mean, it's crazy to think about like how ahead of his time he was.
Yeah, because this is in the same era that we were fighting each other over slavery with muskets.
When was the
You know what I
first
mean? It's crazy to think that that's when this was happening.
Well, when did the Wright brothers take off?
In the 1800s,
Right, but there wasn't like he had to take a boat over here, right?
Yeah, he would have taken a steam engine to
Right.
America. Yeah,
Crazy,
wild, and he's over here just fucking
making Tesla coils. He's just fucking zapping shit. And like, dude, there was like talks about where like remotely without wires was able to light bulbs over like 30 miles away. Did you hear about that?
I don't know about that. I thought there had to be wiring to light a light bulb.
Wireless communication devices was like a thing that he had came up with, but Tesla wirelessly
He's lighting a light bulb
lights bulbs
miles away with no wiring. It says, yes, Nikola Tesla did demonstrate the wireless lighting of light bulbs. He achieved this using the
Tesla coil.
His invention, the Tesla coil, which generates high frequency alternating currents. Yada, yada, yada.
Well,
So
it basically generates an electrical field.
and he shoots it in that direction, and then it hits that light bulb, and that light bulb is built to accept the energy and turn it into power.
Right, but there was like one where he
That's wild.
like remotely lit bulbs from like crazy far away.
That's wild. The I do want to know more about, out of pure curiosity, because we're going to skip past all his inventions eventually.
Like he lit 200 light bulbs from 25 miles away.
Colorado Springs. Holy shit.
And think about, well, like my crazy thing is then basically JP Morgan abandons him after, he invests all this money and Tesla's like making side projects and all this stuff. And that Wardenclyffe Tower,
remote controlled boats.
yeah, that Wardenclyffe Tower never gets finished.
I thought it did.
No.
It didn't.
It gets shut down and never gets finished because he was too busy focusing. He was going to turn the whole building. If you looked at the Wardenclyffe Tower, he was going to turn the whole building into basically like a giant Tesla coil. And Tesla was working on delivering basically via the Tesla coil. He was thinking you could get free power, free electrical power from the earth and transmit it wirelessly everywhere.
Okay, so then I'm not
clearly-
understanding how the Tesla coil works then, because I thought you had to feed power into it. Is that not the case?
To a degree, but then you can pull power from like the earth if you put rods down and stuff. Is like was Tesla's thinking on it.
Okay.
So then, also
But it was never proven.
right.
Okay.
But then you got to think like J.P. Morgan, big money guy.
Yeah.
Tesla wanting to create free electricity, and JP Morgan's basically paying him to transmit a radio signal, and Tesla's working on cracking free energy.
Also, I love how we're talking about JP Morgan like that's one person. We're like, yeah, this JP Morgan
Back
guy.
then it was.
No, I think JP is multiple people.
Well, I don't know. I think back then it was one person.
JP. Everybody called him JP on the streets.
Yeah, well, JP.
Yeah, but he backs out.
So then, but also at the same time, Tesla built the Hoover Dam, was involved in the design and harnessing the power of the Hoover Dam.
Yep.
He's got several like quotes talking about like, if you give up or something, blah, blah, blah. But basically, after all his funding's done, JP Morgan backs out, the Hoover Dam's done. He starts basically like living in hotels off his brain and like, hey, me, like to the manager, and they're like, yeah, and he's like, put me up in the suite for a month. And he's like up there.
JP Morgan's tab.
And then like the month comes and they're like, yo, dude, you got to pay. And he's like, no, I'm good. You know who I am. Like we're straight. And they're like, no, hey, like. So then he like basically gets kicked out of a hotel and goes to another hotel. Same thing. Like he never, like he just doesn't have a fortune. He has all these patents.
And
but like no
fully complete
money, no, like just basically hotel bouncing. Getting kicked out.
Now, what era are we talking about here? Is this like,
This is
like
when he's older.
1910s?
This is like, yeah.
1910s? Okay.
I mean, this is 1920s is when that is like kicked out. And so you got to think, around that time, like having spent most of his money on these inventions, he lived in a series of New York hotels, leaving behind unpaid bills, right?
Yeah.
So in this time, you were like, oh, Tesla married a pigeon.
Well, okay. Thanks for exposing me to the internet. He definitely had sexual relations with a pigeon.
I don't think he fucked this pigeon.
He had a romantic relationship, and he wrote about it.
But they were talking about how he would, like, often
I can't believe
be
you
seen,
would put me on blast like that.
He would often be seen going to New York parks, like, feeding the pigeons.
Yeah.
And then he found this injured pigeon and brought it back to one of these hotels that he was hotel hopping in. Which, could you imagine already being on, like, shady terms with the hotel? Like, you know, you're already, like, 2 months behind,
But
and they
also-
haven't kicked you out. They know you've been kicked out of, like,
Yeah.
2 other hotels.
But also,
and
I'm bringing a pigeon.
You're sneaking in this pigeon. Like, how, like, you know, like, how's he, is he, like, magicianing it, putting it in, like, an inside
Is he
coat pocket?
keystering this pigeon.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, and for whatever reason, you might be able to look up the actual location about the pigeon that we're referencing, because I don't know that it was in a hotel. I think
It wasn't a hotel.
in my head, for some reason, I remember him being in a tower or like in a tall building. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking he stayed in a lighthouse for a while. Did he not live in a lighthouse for a while?
No.
He did. Okay, but anyways, yeah, he nurses this pigeon back to health and writes about it in his he has a journal that was later acquired by federal agents, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, which we're going to get to, right?
Though what?
We're going to get to
Some of his other ideas?
Lock in, Tommy. No, like I was saying, he wrote about this pigeon that he nursed back to health in his journal.
Yeah, in his journal. He
which
did write
was
about the pigeon.
Which was,
And he related, he said, I've never been more attached to a living thing even more than my mother.
yeah, he loved that pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully, yeah. Love that pigeon, but I don't think he had sexual relations with that pigeon.
It was romantic, to say the least.
Yes.
So he romanticizes this pigeon in his journals,
Right.
which go into the tough boxes or the lockers or whatever you called it earlier, the tote.
Well, so basically when Tesla
chest.
dies, like, alone in his hotel room and people find him, then, like, the FBI and, like, the alien affairs people come in
Yeah.
and, like, take everything.
Yeah. Take everything.
Everything. Some people say that he had a patent for, like, a death ray, which some people say, like, fully exist.
Oh, is there anything about that in here? I want to know. Can you just Command F death ray? Oh, damn. I was going to say do it in the Wikipedia. We did talk about this. Tesla's death ray, or the Teleforce, was a hypothetical weapon concept based on particle beam technology. He envisioned it as a defensive weapon capable of shooting down airplanes and destroying any approaching force.
He
at a
basically
distance of 200
described it
miles.
as like a wireless Great Wall of China.
It's
so
an iron-
like you could turn it on, and basically it's an energy force field.
Yeah, it's an Iron Dome before the Iron Dome.
Yeah.
You know, essentially, that's what he's
Yeah.
thinking in his head, which is, I mean, just another testament to like how fucking ahead of his time he was.
He came up with a bladeless turbine.
just by air suction, maybe, or something. Bladeless turbine during 1910 to 1911 at the Waterside Power Station. Oh, he did it with water?
I guess.
Turbine engines were tested at 100 to 5,000 RPMs. Tesla worked with several companies, including from 1919 to 1922, Milwaukee, Alice Chalmers. Tesla licensed it. It doesn't really say what it is.
Right. He found its
That's
form in luxury speedometers and other instruments.
Okay, pop off, daddy. But yeah,
But then there's that conspiracy theory about the like Trumps.
So we also talked about that pre-show. So like Don Trump, which is like Donald Trump's grandfather, I think. Like Donald Trump, the president, I think it's his grandfather, Don Trump. There's a conspiracy theory saying it's true that Don Trump acquired some of Tesla's materials after he was pronounced deceased
From those
trunks or whatever you call
yeah.
it, the trunks or the chest. I can't remember what you called it.
Basically, where all this information would have been.
They were just
held.
like his little dressers or whatever. But anyway, so Trump gets one. I thought it was Don. It's John. John G. Trump to determine if any of the belongings in the investor's estate, which included purported weapons of mass destruction Tesla called the death ray, would be dangerous if they fell into enemy hands.
Right, and then basically he was like, "No, there's no risk at all right here, right?" And then he's like, "Actually, can I buy some of this stuff?"
Yeah.
And so they sell him some of the stuff. And then people believe that there was like a time machine that Tesla had came up with.
Oh yeah. Now you're down my
and
alley.
Like some people believe that like Barron Trump is like this dude's
John Trump.
or something.
I don't know. I do know that Barron Trump is tall as shit.
Yeah.
He's like 6'3". No, but yeah, I think there's something out there about like, and you'd have to do a dive on Google, and I'm sure maybe more. I don't like read into that stuff, but yeah, there's something with a time machine and the Trumps involved. Yes, but the fact of the matter is, homeboy got his hands on Tesla's trunks with the knowledge and the workbooks.
Well,
and all
like
that
some
stuff.
of this stuff, like it's crazy. Like why is it still not exist like in certain aspects? You know, like this wireless lighting. Or like trying to crack free power, like how some people have seen. Like, have you seen those like theories on like how the pyramids go down into the earth and how basically they're just essentially like Tesla coils to a degree?
Yeah, so they found that with like advanced LiDAR technology from space, and I forget, they've done no digging yet, but there is proof that there are these giant columns. It's speculation that they're power related, but they could also, there's been theories flown around about them being stairwells, spiral stairwells that go down into a further den or whatever. There's all kinds of crazy concepts, but the fact is that they're there. Yeah, which is insane because they go like 200 meters into the earth.
Right.
Which is insane. It's like 800 feet or something. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Do you think he invented a time machine?
I don't know about that, but like the movie I watched, The Prestige, was basically talking about like it was like a joke that like Tesla had made like a cloning machine or like a particle moving, like teleportation moving thing. But like, you know, there's all kinds of like conspiracy theories behind like Tesla and what he invented, what he knew, what.
You could tell me he made a time machine and I would believe it because he was just that intelligent. You know what I mean?
Dude was wicked smart.
To be able to figure out frequencies to the point to where you can turn a light bulb on from 25 miles away, let alone 200
light bulbs.
Yeah.
And they were talking about 200. Like just crazy, like
wirelessly.
But they were talking about like some of those experiments like he had to do in Colorado Springs where like nobody was around at all, just to like didn't freak anybody out. Nor like, I mean, how are you going to tell the health benefit, like health risk of
whatever's flying through the air towards this light bulb in the 1800s? People are like, that's witchcraft. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have cancer now. Like, oh fuck.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely terrifying. I don't know, dude. So we definitely talked about the Pigeon, right?
Yeah.
What are some things that Tesla invented that we still use today?
Well, AC current,
which we can thank him for.
The Hoover Dam.
The Hoover Dam, which we recently sold to Brazil or whoever. I don't fucking remember. Panama. Yeah, we sold it back to Panama.
Panama Canal.
Oh, is that not the same thing? Oh, Hoover Dam's in America. You're right. Yeah. I'm retarded.
But then, like, I mean, like, you could say, like, the Tesla card's like an ode to him in a way. Like, he has several inventions that, like that turbine stuff. Like, I mean, RC, remote control, anything.
Yeah, just to be able to control something.
Radio, like 5G, like, essentially,
cell phones in general. Yeah, cell phones, just tower communications in general. It's wild that like we use all these things every day and we're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we just forget about you know, whatever.
We're like entitled to
we just buy a light bulb for $1 and screw it in and not even think that Edison went through like 3,000 different renditions before he got to. I don't know why YouTube's not fucking loading so I could show you one of these Tesla coils that some homeboy zaps with a light bulb.
While you're waiting on YouTube to respond, did Tesla have children?
No. He didn't have any kids.
He was a bachelor and no children.
Yeah, like his whole life.
Wow. Man, even Elon can find time to squeeze a couple out. You know what I mean?
But Elon, I think, has like views it as like leaving on a legacy and like, you know,
a part of my genetics will go on.
Yeah, and the more kids you have, the more it spreads. Other than his trainee kid.
What is spreading? Don't say it like that.
His trainee son's dick spread into a new pussy. Shout out to Elon. I love you.
You made it sound like a disease. You were like, yeah, the more
It
kids
is a
he
disease.
has, the more it spreads.
I don't know about that.
Jesus Christ.
I'm pro Elon spreading.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, dude. He's a genius. I don't know, dude. Maybe try Google. Try Google Chrome for YouTube. Do you think that maybe... What were you going to show me?
It's just not going to be on the screen recording, but yeah.
Oh, dadgummit.
Well, it's like something's wrong with...
Oh, is our Wi-Fi down? Sheesh.
I don't know.
No, it says it's up and running. Dadgummit. Well, I guess we're not going to watch this video.
But yeah, like I encourage people to like look it up. It's pretty cool to see the. I wonder if we could do Tesla coil lighting bulbs.
Let me see this bad boy.
So essentially, people like take these bulbs and remotely, like wirelessly light them. Like, see, there's the Tesla coil, and these aren't touching. Like somebody's holding them in their hand. Same thing as like kind of like that, where they're holding, see the light bulb kind of close to the one that everybody used to play with as a toy. But then these one people are taking it like this. They're taking like glass, like beakers or glass cylinders, and they're lighting like bulbs.
What was that science experiment we all did as
like,
a
see
kid?
This lady, she made a Tesla coil, and then like she's holding the ball boy out here.
Yeah, what is that experiment we all did in grade school where you take the potato, you put toothpicks in it, and then you like a light bulb sits on the
you can do it to like if you took like Gatorade and like an orange and you plugged a phone charger into the orange, the electrolytes and the acidic of the orange have a reaction that cause some form of power.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with a potato too.
Maybe potatoes and vodka.
I think it's the starch that carries the current, and then
Tesla dropped a potato in his vodka.
Yeah, and then he was like, fuck, I figured out free power.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Tesla.
He's like, if I bury potatoes here.
Now, if you think, okay, so there's got to be like a fun contemporary question in here for like, because we're going to do these random deep dives.
Well, like, do you think that like the death ray is like a legit thing? Like, there's conspiracy theories that like they've seen like it been used.
No, the military has one now, and I don't know that it's electronically fed. I know it shoots down missiles. I don't know if it has enough power to kill a human being, but it's like a big satellite dish. You can Google it: military wireless electronic ray gun, something like that. I think it's like a ray gun. But essentially it doesn't, there's no projectile. What it is energy, and it's an energy weapon, and it will shoot down missiles, it will blow up buildings.
A directed energy weapon.
Yeah, direct energy weapon, a DEW, often dubbed death rays. It is ongoing, but I've seen it on. There's tons of YouTube videos you can look them up. They'll like shoot down like a propeller drone.
You see
like
China's new drone things?
The one dropping mosquitoes.
No, not dropping the mosquitoes, but the ones that hover in the sky and then they drop their missiles.
Oh fuck yeah! I've seen
like a swarm or something.
I've seen the mother drone that drops like hundreds of little drones. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
Wild.
Jesus.
Dude, imagine if Tesla was around now.
That's what I was going to say. Like, what would be a fun thought to have about Tesla alive today?
Could you imagine, like, them building, like, a Tesla bot, like, loaded, like Trump's grandpa, like, Barron Trump finds these files, uploads it to, like, a AI, and just starts pumping out new inventions, right?
Yeah.
Based on these old schematics and all of Tesla's, like, teachings and, like, all the information on them.
Yeah. Dude.
Could you imagine, like, Tesla's around and like somebody invents the cell phone and Tesla's like, could have been done this way.
Yeah, I could have embedded that in your forearm.
Right. Or they're like, oh look, we got the Iron Dome, and it's this one thing that reads the rocket coming in that relays a message to another one that shoots a rocket that then tracks the missile. And Tesla's like, Could have just been an energy wave. Like, could have just been a force field.
Yeah, you could have just thrown a billion frequencies.
Dude, if Tesla was alive, we would have those suits from Dune, where like stuff, like if I shot a bullet at you, it would like stop the bullet, and you could like grab it and move it. But like if I were to stab you with a knife, the knife would go through because it moves slow enough.
What the fuck?
But it'd be like a force field of like high
That's fucking
moving
terrifying. But yeah, I think that's fun. That's a fun thought experiment. Like, what would Tesla think immediately if he was alive today and he saw ChatGPT? I think he would just come immediately.
Or like I just mean like
think about what he could create with ChatGPT.
Or like microphones. Like I just think about like energy wasted. Like how much less energy would be wasted with like in this energy crisis era.
I think he would have figured out the solar panels by now. He would have made them go from like, what is it, 13%?
They're higher now, but yeah.
Yeah, 20% efficient. He would have made it like 100% efficient. I think how efficient is our solar panels? I think it's like 23% now. Yeah, it's 15 to 22%.
Which is still crazy
commercially
low.
available panels. But that's not recreational. Recreational panels are much lower than that.
Right, but they got prototypes up to 45%, but still, that's...
Dude, if he was in that game, 100% in a week. He would have it in a week, and then he would like have a pigeon like fucking deliver it to your house. Yeah, and it would be
pigeons.
Yeah, exactly.
Tesla invented pigeons.
Dude, low key
pigeons are Tesla inventions. Have you seen that? Where pigeons are fake?
Yeah,
and they recharge on power lines.
I believe it.
Tesla inventions. Maybe Tesla
created the pigeon.
Yep.
Jury's out.
I think so.
Jury's out, dude. Tune in next week for... No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's what I think we ended there. Tesla invented the pigeon.
Where are we at? We're like,
God made man. Man made Tesla. Tesla made the pigeon.
And now birds aren't real. I don't know. It's a fun little deep dive on. We probably could have done better. We'll get this little format down because we do want to get back to these, right?
Yeah,
like, we want to go back.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's a good time. We get to talk some shit. Yeah. And learn some factual things off of the interweb.
Semi-factual.
Yeah, semi-factual. We can't prove he created pigeons. Can't prove it, but also cannot disprove it. Final wrap-up thoughts on Nikola or Nikolai Tesla.
Dope. Can't wait to meet him.
I think Tesla and I are related, and I'll just leave it on that.
Dude, they got that batteries place I drive by on the way home, and they got like Tesla painted on the side, like Batteries Plus or something.
Oh yeah,
there
dude.
On Morgan. Fire. They got like the dope outside structure.
Yeah, they're sick, dude. They're sick. Shout out to them, dude. Short of that, thanks
Let
for
us know what you think about these, and if you got anything or anybody we should look into for one of these.
Oh, and if you have some obscure Tesla facts or knowledge, drop it in the comments. Short of that, thanks you guys for tuning in. Thrilling episode of Days Grimm. I'm Brian Day.
I'm Thomas Graham.
Peace out, Holmes.
Hope you learned something.